it's all right now because anything you do.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
Gary was a man who thought he could do crypto, sharing at the SEC.
You're locked with your sleep. Then please subscribe, eh? And if you like what we do, then smash that like button too.
Are you trying to find financial freedom by trading and investing in them there cryptocurrencies? But are you having a hard time being profitable and making them winning trades? Well, you can get all that knowledge and a whole lot more just by watching the Crypto Chart School playlist over here at the Road Dog Crypto channel. You just go right down here where it says Chart School, you click that full playlist, and voila! They got all the knowledge right there.
Check, check. 1 2 1 2.
Just pick up the phone and call me. I'll be there. Girl, let me show you.
Monitor check. Monitor check. 1 2 1 2.
I'll be there. And if you get blue, I got the loving for you. Yeah, I'll be there. Your heartache
check.
kills me, but your loving it thrills me. I'll be there.
Let's get the mic levels. Oh, it's alright.
I know you're the one for me, child. And when we're together, my love, you give me hope and a way to cope. Yeah, yeah. I'll be there. Ooh, I'll be there.
It's this guy right here. One more check.
I
Well, it's all right now, Bitcoin. Anything you do.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely. my
All right, we're
friends.
getting almost there.
There
Almost
was a
there.
man who thought he could do crypto, sharing at the SEC.
You lock what you see. Well then, please subscribe, eh? And if you like what we do, then smash that like button too.
Are you trying to find financial freedom by trading and investing in them there cryptocurrencies? But are you having a hard time being profitable and making them winning trades? Well, you can get all that knowledge and a whole lot more just by watching the Crypto Chart School playlist over here at the Road Dog Crypto channel. You just go right down here where it
All
says
right,
Chart
we are
School,
ready.
click that full playlist, and voila! They got
And get my
all
transition
that knowledge
here.
right there.
Tyson is in the house. Tyson, I got to figure out my music, man. Try to make this little transition. Oh, that worked. It is Thursday night. It is Motown night. Here at the Road Dog Crypto Show. How's everybody doing? Tyson Kane is in the house. Oh, checking the daily here in Crypto Bubbles, man. Hey, it looks better now than what it did before. Ooh, Bitcoin Cash is up to 115. Injected Protocol 766. Man, that's been a hard one to catch at low prices. But I still want me a bigger bag. Litecoin. Yeah. Thought it was a goner, right? Hey, I got some thoughts on Litecoin. And I'm liking it. We're getting close to the halving. Is that sexy? Aptos is it's decent price there, fairly important. So last hour, everything looks green. Let's check out the markets. I'm here on Bitcoin. Let me go to a little bit of a bigger time frame here. Before we get into Bitcoin, let's take a look at a few things. Let's take a look at Total 2 here. See what we got going on. It is still struggling with this area here. And we really need some more upside to see more upside out of our altcoins. And that's what I'm curious about. So just our little moves we had today is giving us a boost in some altcoins. But our daily does not look too happy. I'm not seeing anything impressive going on here that's signaling that altcoins are getting ready to just take off and melt our faces. So next I want to check out Bitcoin dominance real quick. There we go. There's why we're seeing a little influx in altcoins right now. Bitcoin's kind of in a sideways market and Bitcoin dominance is coming down, and as it does that, then that makes perfect sense for little altcoin pumps. And if we can get something bigger out of Bitcoin dominance to come down while Bitcoin trades sideways, things are going to be good. So I'm not really happy with the layout I got here on Bitcoin dominance. I want to take a quick look at that. That's a candle body there. However, cutting through that candle body gives us at least to the point that we're at now, but I can't trust it because I cut through a candle body. I think this is more that works actually. So we've got a candle bottom, candle bottom, candle bottom. So overall, kind of the same pattern that Bitcoin is in. It just hasn't made it down to the bottom or below. It's interesting. Do see it coming down, so that should be interesting for altcoins, but I'm not seeing much money coming into the altcoins on Total 2 anyway. Check out Total 3, that's altcoins minus Ethereum, which is basically, it's in a bullish position, in my opinion. We broke out of a shallow falling wedges, and those are some of the best ones to be in. and we've got a retest. It's retested it twice, this trend line. Was retested more than that, tested back here, but came down and did a double retest here. And we got some bullish divergence there saying that these altcoins should go up. So, wow, this is just not the usual thing that I see. I mean, okay, got a chance for that to happen, and we got a chance for Bitcoin dominance to come down. But yet, total 2. So was Ethereum just getting smashed or what? Where's it? Where's ETH? I mean, nothing terrible with ETH, right? This was several weeks ago here when it was above 2,000. A little bit of a rounding shape there. It's interesting. All right, now I'm going to swing back to Bitcoin. Start taking for a topsy-turvy ride. This is overall what I see on Bitcoin, and I'm trying to figure out exactly my standpoint on this because it looks bearish to me. So a lot of people I've seen are calling this a head and shoulders, which I totally disagree. Although we still get a little bit of the same effect. To me, this is played out perfectly as this rising broadening pattern, what we call a megaphone. In this case, a bearish megaphone because it's tilted to the upside. Measured move, you can take from that and you reach about 42% of that when it breaks to the downside, and our measured move got hit, not once but twice. We're just a little bit below. Measured move was in at 26.47 is what I had, and price actually came down to 25 or 25.90. 25, where'd that go? 25.8 at the big impulse there. But we came back, and what I'm seeing is your typical bearish retest of a trend line. We got rejected there. There was a wick that got rejected there early on the 15th. But we recently got rejected there a few days ago, and you know, all signs say that we should work on maybe coming down either to this area here where we bottomed out before. Chances are that may not hold and then come on down further. And that's what I get from this pattern. Now the measured move for a head and shoulders, which just makes a sorry head and shoulders, even if you use regular candles. Your right shoulder needs to be lower than your left shoulder here for them to actually play out right and do things. But I think they're still going to get the similar results in the end, probably. I just think it's kind of sloppy TA to call that. And I see a lot of YouTubers doing that, and I'm thinking they're just picking it up from everyone else instead of everybody going and looking at what, you know, what you find out about head and shoulders patterns or the other patterns. I think there's quick to, I don't know. It doesn't make a good one in my book. I'll just leave it at that. But a measure move from a head and shoulders would take us down to this area about 23.5. And let me get the 42% here. And that's roughly about it. And that's what it says that we should actually get out of this pattern. Which is basically where we went. And I'm guesstimating with my 42% adjustment there. So as we talked about a few days ago, or last week on the stream, we're looking for price. We were down here. We're looking for price to come back up to this area to retest this trend line, just like what we said, and said that it'd be hard for it to get past there. But if it could, it'd be very bullish because we got two rejection points here. We have a falling channel that we're also in, and also the major pattern that we just broke to the downside of. So, and we got rejected. It did not happen. Seems like I don't have my moving averages on. And there we are, and the 50 moving average was up there too. So a lot of signs saying that we probably wouldn't make it past there. And currently on the daily, we've lost the 100. Now we could still wick back up and catch it there. Trying to see what I see that may be bullish here. And we do have the non-moving average that has crossed over the 21. That's actually a good thing. The biggest thing that's got me kind of concerned about Bitcoin and maybe where the markets are heading is that looking at the bigger time frames, the monthly has slowed down on us. We've had such a hard time, a sideways whipsaw action market, that it kind of stifled our runs there a little bit, or the upward momentum. And so now this is bearish, but it looks like it's trying to go bullish, right? But now it's starting to kind of deviate with its curve. So this is kind of losing some strength here on the monthly. The weekly, we're in no man's land here, kind of stuck in this red cloud. But there's some signs here that we're also getting tired on the weekly. Kind of doing the same thing in reverse here on the MACD. The 3-day is interesting because we got the green dot here, money flows to the upside, and stochastics are going to the upside. So that's interesting, I think. That's given us a little strength in the overall kind of weak bearish trend. So turning bearish on the higher time frames on the 3-day is starting to look good, right? So then come down to the daily, and we're back in kind of iffy territory. So I think we're just going to see a lot of sideways action for the time being. And let me switch over to this. Oh, that chart's even messier. I'm trying to get one that I haven't marked up as much. Here's an older one. We can probably go right here. Let's get rid of some of that. Goodness, what have I got on here? Too many lines. So just trying to take a look at it, make sure that I have, nothing else is going to surprise me or something I might have missed. And that's my overall pattern that I'm looking at. But if we redraw this with the bottoms, we're kind of making a bigger version of that if we continue on. I find that to be interesting, but I would put my stock in the original pattern, the original trend line there. And that does appear to be a bearish retest. Now, if we lose that, well, we can go back to these other charts. I do have those areas marked out. This area right here is what I'm looking at. If we start losing our support, if we lose where we had that measured move, which is about 26,000, maybe down to 24.6, I'm looking at starting to get some strength somewhere around 25.3. But that's if that scenario plays out. Now, it's showing that it could have a good chance, but like we saw, the 3-day looks like it might want to do something. So that could give us about a week's worth of, pretty decent price action. Maybe coming back up to some other areas here. So go back to the daily here, recheck that. That's actually, if we can wick back up past the 200, what is that? About 26,869, about 26,900. If we can hold that area, we might have a chance of coming back up. Let's see if we got some targets here. And that could give us a breakout of the pattern that it's currently in on the smaller time frames, on the 4 hour. It's in a falling channel. And those do have a tendency to break to the upside. However, it's not looking very bullish on the 4 hour. 4 hours looking kind of tired, so I'm not seeing any breaks coming immediately out of this. Possibly to wick up to 27, but looks like the 4 hours got a little bit more downside or sideways action to possibly play out. So I don't see anything great happening just right off the rip. But with Bitcoin dominance falling and us just kind of in the sideways range, that could be good for altcoins. So let's take a look at some altcoins. Now there is one that I've got my eye on, and I want to talk about it today. just for you guys tuning into the live, because I'm going to do a video on it maybe over the next few days, but I'm going to do one on Ferrum Network. Because I'm thinking this guy right here might be one of those big 50Xers or 100Xers for us. So I'm going to look into this just a little bit more there. But just kind of looking at it in general. See, the maximum supply is 331 million. This is a coin under $1 billion, so I like that. I am not a huge fan of these huge coin supplies because it just has such a negative effect on how price moves. It makes them turn into snails, like Cardano, XRP, and all these other, and even Shiba still. So I'm liking that, and the circulating supply is about half of that, and it's kind of market cap just a little over 4 million. Now this guy, where did you go? Move things around on me. Had an all-time high at the peak of the bull market, 96 or almost 97 cents. So it's sitting around 3 to 4 cents and has the potential to get back up to almost $1. I'm kind of liking that. So I'm starting to look into the project just a little bit more. Went to the website, checking it out. So Ferrum Network, pioneering interoperability. And I believe from what I glanced over earlier that this is a Polkadot project, or based on maybe Polkadot, but it is multi-chain. So their big thing is interoperability and making it bridgeless. And I'm not fully understanding this concept yet. So I'm going to read into this one a little bit more, maybe delve into the white paper. Cool website. I like the website. Quantum Portal. Smart contracts with programmable interfaces maintain the state of value and information across blockchains, blah, blah, blah. Multi-chain validator stake. That sounds interesting. So can we stake across different chains? And limitless cases for dApps on the Infinity Layer mainnet. So interoperable metaverses, multi-chain token staking, multi-chain NFTs, multi-chain wallets, DEXs, borrowing and lending. There you go. And dApps. It looks very interesting. So roadmap for this year, beta with Foundry Assets. Q2, testnet launch, PLC for the public, multi-swap production with refinery assets. This is all Greek to me at the moment. That was a horrible accent. Quantum Portal. Okay, so they've got a little roadmap out there. Yeah, featured on. It's just piquing my interest. So I want to take a look at the chart on FRM. And who would be, I do use KuCoin a lot. Let's take a look at KuCoin. So this is the weekly chart, and I've looked at this recently. Actually, I charted this today, earlier. But, yeah, look at that guy. 96 cents there. Even at 44, not too bad. So I'm just pulling a Fibonacci and I'm looking for two areas. I'm looking for the 618 and also the 50. And while I'm here, we should just go ahead and get that 382 because you know it's going to come into play. Matches up with this area right over there. Perfect. Perfect. Also going to take Fibonacci from that perfect area, that swing high, down to the swing low. And I'm going to look at that 382 area. And that 50% area, and that 618 area. This song does not remind me so much of Motown. It sounds like a game show song. So the deal is with this, and I'm still here on the weekly, but some of my indicators have bottomed out on the weekly. Interesting. So Stochastics took a turn, started to go up. VWAP starting to go up. Money flow edging up. Keep an eye on that. It's not exactly what I'd like to see yet, but it is moving up. Momentum wave starting to show signs that a turnaround may be coming in the next couple of weeks. Coming down to the 3-day on this, there is some divergence there. 3-day chart looks awesome for this. Money flow's coming to the upside. So it appears that, we may be in a double bottom scenario. It is respecting this trend line from these bottoms and getting a bounce off of that. Now, if it is a double bottom scenario, that means that, yeah, we could spend a lot of time filling out something like this too, kind of like we did over here. So that's why it's still, still on my radar. I mean, right now there may be a good trade going on, but overall, as far as accumulation, there may be some more time to accumulate this. So that's just some things I'm looking at. But the potential for this to go from 3 cents to even 30 cents, there's your 10x, let alone get up to 90 cents. That would be your 30x. And turning $1,000 into $30,000, it's not bad. Take some time. You could probably turn it into, 17,000 quicker than you. Well, that would be 17,000. Probably turn it into 5,000. I'm sorry, a little bit quicker there. So that's a nice little bearish upturn right there, or bullish upturn right there, and price is going up. This is coming down. We got some hidden bearish divergence, meaning that when you find out the bottom of the pattern, this should go back up to the top of the pattern. The closest thing I can get for a pattern on this is kind of a rising megaphone pattern. And just depending on where you draw it, we still comes out well. It's more of a channel there if I do it that way. And I like that just a little bit better. It gives me a little bit of stronger points I think we can work with. So the possibility we could be coming right back up to the top of the channel, about 7 cents on it. So that might be an easy 2x. But did lose parabolic structure. So it's interesting to me. It's on my radar for maybe one I want to look at accumulating. So I thought I would just throw that out there for you guys. One that you guys can put on your radar. Hey, there's Chris is in the house. Hey, glad you stopped by, Chris. So Ferrum is definitely one that I'm looking at, and also I've got a list of them that I'm working through. I got a list of about 10 coins that are piquing my interest right now. And I don't think I have any of them. So, making some plans here. Maybe switching up my game a little bit. Serum's another one. And overall, let's plug this little guy in. Now, this one got a little bit of a bad rap because I think it was tied with FTX at one point. I think with Solana. Is it a Solana token? I was thinking this was interoperable, but the best I remember, we'll go to the website and find out, that it was going to be like making token securities. But the maximum supply on this, oh, I don't like that. 10 billion. There we go in the billions again. Total supply right now is about 1 billion. Circulating supply is about a third of that. Current market cap 27. But all-time high was 1378, and that was September of 2021. So that was the second run-up. We're sitting at 7 cents right now. It seems like I remember this guy. I easily remember this guy being about $4 or $5. After seeing it sit at prices like this at 7 and 13 cents, and even 30 cents for a while back last cycle. So I'm interested. Circulating supply is low. Maximum supply, I don't know when all that would be released, but treating it right now as a 1 billion with a third of that out, that could be favorable. Let's go to the website here. Blind our eyes. I can't see. Ow. Ow. My liver. My liver. Kind of hoping it would tell me a little bit more about the project. Trade on the world's fastest and most powerful decentralized exchange. Now, my eyes are killing me. Why do you not have a dark screen, man? What is Serum? It's a protocol and ecosystem that brings unprecedented speed and low transaction costs to decentralized finance, just like everything else does. It's built on Solana, so you know it's dependable and is completely permissionless. Ecosystem partners can compose from Serum's on-chain central limit order book to share liquidity and power markets. You're boring my eyes to tears with this language. So more of a DEX. Okay. I'll look into this one just a little bit more, but there was a time in the last market, this one was on a lot of VC's list, and just kind of the general overview about tokenizing like stocks, for instance. These guys were tokenizing. Do you remember when like Apple was available as a token to purchase? They were actually tokenizing some stocks there for a little while before they started raising some eyebrows. But that was the direction that they were, the narrative that they were talking about with the project then. So, I don't know, just one to put out there. And then, of course, there's DVPN, and that's Sentinel. And I've actually done a video on this. I've got some of this staking. But, just another one that I think has the potential to do really good this next market. And let me pull that guy up. I don't like the total supply being 23 billion. Half of that's out in circulation right now. Market cap is extremely low, though, 6 million. So there can still, even with all these coins out there, at this market cap, this one can get up there. I mean, 100x just to get it up to 4 cents, right? And I swear, I think I've seen it there before. I've played with this a little bit, but I've never got heavy into this one. I do have a little bag of it now, and I've got it working for me. Right there we are. All-time high was 5 cents. So it has 100x from where it is now. And I think there's a good chance that this little guy might still have that in it to do it again. But it has been flatter than a bag of milk since the market crash. Since June last year. So for the last year, nothing. But look at all this stuff over here, man. Man, just getting 1 to 2 cents from where it is right now. It's not even a penny. Not even a penny. It's not even a tenth of a penny. And what this is a VPN network. And it's based off the Cosmos SDK, I believe, just like Botnet Smart Chain is. And it's a global network of autonomous DVPN applications that enable private and censorship-resistant internet access. I think that's a cool thing. And you can host a DVPN node and earn. And you know, I'm getting the inkling, I'm getting the itching to try to do something like this, to have some kind of node on a project that I like. And this one, I don't know. Could it be the one? Osmosis, that's where I pick it up mostly when I get it. Have in mind some on KuCoin. But this is what I've been doing. I've been staking it, and it is 24%. Okay. And clearly, that's not an issue with 23 billion tokens. So I guess they can afford to do 24%. But I do like VPNs. And if they're crypto, that sounds cool. But if they can 10x or 100x, that sounds even cooler. And that's what I kind of think this one can do again. And I think we're actually starting to see a little bit more use cases out of some of these things. There are a lot of the tokens that we look at that actually do nothing. And there's some like this that actually do. And I like those. So DVPN has lost this line of support and doing a retest. That's bearish. Doesn't mean the price is going to have to go downhill. It's kind of did a symmetrical triangle. And this is my trick to working with symmetrical triangles. I just extend those lines out to make them make a big X. And it respects those lines quite well. So usually we're kind of bounced up through here like we're playing ping pong or something. I don't know which way it's going to go. I mean, it could come all the way back down to the bottom of the line. Doesn't mean that it will. But they start playing ping pong until finally they do make a break for it. So it's like makes a bigger range that is really more like an accumulation process, really. So at the bottom that it found right here, I think is a very good place to put a bottom area. And as far as a range would go, I mean, we got all the most traded range was right through here between 0.00037 and 0.0073. So within that range, you could build a nice little moon bag. If you can get into the bottom prices, sell up here in this range, pull back your capital, then you're riding free and clear. Throw that on your wallet and just wait for this puppy to start hitting like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 cents again. That's what I'm liking about this one. So what are you guys trading? What are you guys looking at? Are you guys taking profit? I was able to take some profit on a few of my BTC pairs today on some smaller bags. So I did some of that. So I need to be taking more profit, especially with Bitcoin, because I'm still not convinced yet about what Bitcoin is going to be doing. Because just looking at the indicators I've got, I definitely see sideways. I'm not. To me, it's going to have to take a big move to make this turn bullish again. We've got to get past 28.2 right through there. That 21 moving average would be a perfect one. That's $28,092. So if we don't see that, that's not looking great, because we got a 50-day moving average that we would be hitting next if we can't do that, and that's coming in near this buy zone about 24.8, 25,000. I believe it's right. What does it say? 25,147 is where it's at the moment. So I'm wondering if we might get another flush out, because this is kind of like depending on, you can look at this as a distribution pattern. The easiest way to draw this is probably a rectangle. And I mean, that's what we had over here, and over here were distributions. And let's mosey over there for a second, just to remember what it looked like. This one's kind of looking like a double top. We got a higher high. Everybody's excited about that. Even when they came down here, it was still not technically a lower low, so we're in good shape, but it eventually made that lower low. This is distribution right here. And now this particular one, I mean, it came down 50%. Do I think we'll get a 50% drop where we're at? No. I do not. I think about 25,000 would be a fair assessment to where it would come down and retest this area and these areas here. That should give it plenty of should be plenty of buy pressure at those zones. And so I'm basically looking about 24 at the lowest if we take a turn for that area. But man, even when you look at it as this rising channel, that is still rejection here around this trend area. And not saying that that is an accurate bottom line, but you know, that could take us down to, that says 21 just for that measure move. And doing it from where we do a retest takes us down to the 200 moving average, and we could see something like Bitcoin come back down to retest this 200 here on the daily. If we don't stay above this 100 moving average here, that's the next one down, and that 100 is coming in at 26,908. So we're in a safe zone now. Technically, you know, we need to see some more upside down of Bitcoin. All right, guys, if you got any coins you want me to take a look at, just throw them my way. I'll be more than happy to do that. Let me do a quick mic test here. Keeping up with the chat, making sure I'm not missing anything. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. This may be a short stream. Let me know, guys, how often you guys think I should stream a week? Lately, it seems like I'm kind of targeting. I know that I want Thursday nights. I'd like to keep that as a standard stream night, but it seems like I'm more likely to have everything lined up to do live streams better. Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, maybe even Sundays. So maybe this would be more like a weekend thing and more concentration, I guess, on video content during the earlier week. The only problem is that as it gets later into the night and I start playing the live stream, I start getting lazy. So I have to battle with that just a little bit because I can talk myself out of it. Like cameras. Hey, what do you think? Need cameras on a live stream? Or is it just kind of cool without? It's definitely quicker to set up without the cameras, but at some point I do want to add them back. Let's take a look and see what is popping right here. Let's go check some DJ coins. Looks like a lot of these have been doing pretty nice today. So you guys have a good trading day today? Nobody is talking. That's okay. It's a chill stream. I just want to make sure that my chat box is working. Okay, it's working. Hey, somebody responded. There we go. Is that a coin? Is that a coin or a typo? Let's find out. Oh, it's a stop. Oh. Well, I'm not going to find that on Crypto Coin Market Cap. U Power Limited. Ooh, that's not a lot of chart information. That's all I see, though. This just recently get listed, I guess. Well, the 1 hour is spent on that. It was definitely flat for a long time, huh? Well, I mean, considering how long it's been out. And then they got the little pump. That's a nice pump, though. That was a hell of a pump for a stock. That was a crypto pump for a stock. You in this? Because that's... Ooh. If you got in on the flat time, you're doing good. This one deserves... That missed the whole thing, man. You didn't get to hear it. That's what it deserves. Look at that. Okay, so let's go to the 4 hour here. So we got a very nice pump. This is hard to do TA on because I just don't have enough data. About the best that I could do, because there's no pattern, at least on the time frames that matter, the bigger time frames, and the trading hours that you can do. But I would stick with Fibonacci levels. And $20, and that does line up nicely with that bottom candle right there and that little indecision doji. Just looking for signs to confirm that this, it's cool to go from the wick. And that's what I get. So $20.92, man. I don't know how well this thing will move or anything about this thing, but I just know it got a nice pump. And so the first thing I would do is line up those fibs right there. So April 23rd. It was up in this range. Man, that would be killer. Seeing a little something here on Ichimoku on the 4 hour. It's interesting. If I see a little sliver of green come in, I would take that as a very, very good sign. Indicators are looking good. They want to pump. I mean, even where it is now, what is it? Is it $8? Just going up to that first target, 140% return. This is like crypto talk here. And I don't know, it being so new, but they had so many days they're just flat, not doing anything. Wow. But it getting up to the golden pocket. Say from where it is now, 450%. Oh, I have to look. See if I got anything on my E-Trade account. That looks interesting. Let's take a look at some smaller time frames, just get a feel for what it was doing there before the market's closed. So it's going to retrace. So that'll give some people a chance to get in. And a really strong move is getting ready to blast off like crazy. Would have found support at the 236 or the 382. Most of them will come back to the halfway mark, and a lot of them will come back to this 618 area, which would be $6.26. Also corresponding with this 50 moving average, that's the area I would look at right there. So this little golden pocket area, somewhere between $6, $6.26. Bam. Ichimoku clouds getting a little thick there. This is a 15-minute chart, so I would look there, and also the 100 moving average, which is coming in at the 786. So we got good confluence for these two zones. So 618 doesn't hold. This would be a good place to add to a position at 465 up to about 520. So it looks like it's getting ready to do a retrace, but man, overall, it looks like it's got some legs. The 4 hours looking pretty juicy. As I said, it got back in a little after market closed with the stop loss set. Cool. Man. That's pretty awesome with all this flat price action, and then it pumps like that. I mean, it exceeded any measure move. There's your pattern. Or maybe, did it exceed a measured move? That cuts through, so that's not really ideal. I don't like to cut through my candles, but sometimes I don't have a choice. So we could, I wouldn't have viewed this as a triangle though, but it does make sense in hindsight because there's just not enough touches on the top. But I wonder how close that this move still went way past it. But that one came up to its current 382. Just trying to see if there's an easier way to find that. But you're above the 200 moving average, at least on the 1 hour. Don't even have one yet on the 2 hour, but the moving averages look good. So looks like there may be a pullback, maybe to these areas. And Marcus Effer says, yeah. And then, man, some better price actions. Short term, I'd be looking at 1341, 1457, and 1621. But it looks like it's got a good chance to hit 20. Don't do stock very often on this. I end up getting out of a lot of my stock. I do have a little bit. I got Tesla just because I'm underwater on it. see how Tesla's doing better. That's good. I got in before the stock splits, so when I saw the opportunity to build a bag of Tesla, so I did, and I held it. And I probably should have taken profit on it, but I wanted a big bag of Tesla because it seemed like I was never going to be able to afford to get a big bag of Tesla. And it was always hanging around $500 to $700. And I need you to go back to $500 to $700, man. Elon, do some magic. Tweet. It's going to take a little while to get there, though, Mr. Tesla. It's got a little struggle to get past this area right here, about 200. And then it's got this trend line to mess with, about 250, somewhere through there. It's going to have its work cut out for it. We had that. And I'd say we'll get a hiccup around the bottom of this trend line too. But I like the pattern. That's a bullish pattern. And that gives me hope Tesla could see 400 again. So. Good old Tesla. You know, Elon. Oh, just thought we'd come out and chart, and all I'm doing is just trying to find a really nice bottom. Because, you know, sometimes I could just stare at these screens all day long. Just looking for that perfect bottom. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call this a stream. We looked at a few coins, and I didn't look at a whole lot of them, but I did give you some of the ones that I'm starting to look at closely as possible 50 to 100x coins. And I think on the live stream, I'll go through the rest of the list I've got there. But what I am planning on doing a video on Ferrum, a little bit of a deeper dive in on that one, FRM. But I figured I'd give whoever checks out my live stream heads up for it, just in case they wanted to look at it too. Tyson says he likes Ferrum. I've been in it before, but I didn't. I mean, it's like a small trade. I'm actually looking at a possibility of maybe switching up some long-term holds. Maybe moving some things around into some more interesting projects. Or ones that kind of tick off a few other boxes that my other ones don't. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And let's see if we can find an outro here that probably the same one that we came in on. But thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. And before you go, where did you go, man? Yeah, I'm so slick with this. I'm very suave. There we go.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for joining me. Have a good night.
Well, it's all right now because anything you do.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
Gary was a man who thought he could do crypto, sharing at the SEC.
You like what you see. Then please subscribe, eh? And if you like what I do, then smash that like button too.
Are you trying to find financial freedom by trading and investing in them there cryptocurrencies? But are you having a hard time being profitable and making them winning trades? Well, you can get all that knowledge and a whole lot more just by watching the Crypto Chart School playlist over here at the Road Dogg Crypto channel. You just go right down here where it says Chart School, you click that full playlist, and voila! They got all the knowledge right there.
Just pick up the phone and call me. I'll be there. Girl, let me show you. You're my one and only, like I told you. I'll be there. And if you get blue, I got the loving for you. Yeah, I'll be there.
For those of you out there,
It kills me, but your love thrills me.